Playoffs are a difficult time. Everyone is getting injured, including me. I have lost my voice, but if Luka Doncic can hit game winners with a sore knee, I could do a podcast with a hoarse voice. PJ, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Feeling pretty good. We just watched game three of Boston.
Yes, we did.
Damn.
So the Pacers have, as of tonight, have gone down 3-0 to the Boston Celtics. Tyrese Halliburton has missed a game after re-aggravating his hamstring in game two, and it seems the sweep is on the way, which is what many people predicted. PJ, how do you feel about the Pacers at this point? It's all but over for them, but you know,
It is all but over. I mean, they might still have a chance. It's very slim, super slim.
yeah,
I don't think they'll push a 3-3 lead like the Heat did. But I feel like they do have one game at least. I had them in six originally, but I just feel like they could win one game. They could have won tonight,
yeah,
fumbled it.
they,
There was a great look shot. It's okay, you missed, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've seen enough of the Pacers or like Neesmith shooting those type of shots. So it's still a good shot. Could have made it, could have missed, or could have made it, still missed. But who knows? Next game they probably win the. They probably win one. It's the first time losing at home. I think.
yeah. It is their first time in this playoffs, losing at home. However, they're now down 3-0. Uh, Halliburton's health is still in question. They don't know if he's coming back for the next game or not. They said he's feeling better, but is he really? I mean, we we really don't know. This is the same injury that hobbled him for months, and it just made him look way worse than he once did at the start of the season. So, I'm still rooting for the Pacers. Still hope they could just get one, just for the sake of getting one. But yeah, it's even without Porzingis, the Celtics are just the better team right now, which is okay. It's what people expected.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the Pacers. I feel like all the points I would make right now, I've already said multiple times on this podcast. So, if you want to hear more about
I
them, just
mean,
watch any other podcast episode. You'll hear it.
I'll say one thing. I gotta give some props to Nemhard. He did really good tonight. He was the only person for the first three quarters to make a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So
And,
it was him tonight.
and just to bring up the injuries again, the Pacers have not had Benedict Mathurin this entire playoff run, who is their sixth man. Uh, so it gets everybody. Mathurin alone wasn't enough. They had to reclaim Halliburton on the injury list. So, you know, such sorry to the Pacers fans. We wanted to believe. We've believed for a while, but time's coming. The Reaper's at the door. The Reaper's knocking, and we can't wait to talk about you for the offseason video though.
Definitely.
Speaking of
Just hoping you guys get one.
speaking of the offseason video, the first one will be dropping tomorrow as of the day of this, whenever this gets uploaded tomorrow. The first part of our offseason series will be dropping, and we'll have more shortly after. To speak on the Celtics, they just look good. Once they get Porzingis, they'll be even better. And I'm sure they're hoping for a slugfest in the West so that they can get as much rest as possible. Speaking of the West, Mavs Wolves. The Mavs have taken a
I
two.
gotta say something.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say something before you bring it up.
Oh, yeah.
You made me apologize last episode, and I'm gonna take that apology back. I'll still have some respect for Cat this playoffs, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, why did I apologize? There's no reason for me to apologize. If Cat made it to the playoffs on his own, then I would have apologized. That would have been the right time for me to apologize. Cat needed both of MJ's kids to bring him to the playoffs. I'm talking about Jimmy Butler and Ant.
Like, who's the other one? I was like, what? Oh, yeah, I
Jimmy
get you
Butler
now.
and
Now I
Ant.
get you now.
No,
Here's,
yeah, he needed both of those dogs.
here's what I'll say. I think that this is the best year of his career. I think that he has shown things this year that he has not
Mhm.
shown in previous years, being defense and just a little bit more toughness.
Yeah,
I'll give him
yeah,
credit for that. However, the more I think about Carl Anthony Towns being the second best player on a championship winning team, the more skeptical I get.
exactly.
But
So
I,
at the same time,
but
or keep
no, no,
on.
go ahead, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
At the same time, it's like before he had maybe when he had Jimmy, but before he had Ant, he had these accolades, probably like third team, uh, All NBA. He had some All Stars. So it's like, can we see the playoffs from you? Not from Jimmy, not from Ant. But I don't. If he hears our podcast, I don't want him to go into a Kyrie mode where he's like, I don't need this guy. I need to go on a new team. I'll lead that team. I don't want to see that yet. When when everything's all said and done, when let's say you get some chips with Anthony Edwards and I see you move to another team, that would be fine with me. Some chips, I don't need to see one and pull a Kyrie move and be like boom, boom, boom. But I just need you to keep on playing on the same team. I'll still have some respect for you, but at the same time, I'm gonna take back my apology because you you're supposed to be the guy, and
I
he's the guy. We're not supposed to be seeing you as the number two. You came first. You came before Rudy. You came before McDaniels. Before Mike Conley got traded over there. You were the guy. You were supposed to be the guy for the franchise. Now it's at
here's what I'll say about that because he is not the franchise, and that's been apparent.
definitely not.
That's been apparent for a bit. But I think if we just reset our expectations of Carl Anthony Towns at this point, if we just say he's never going to be a one on a championship team, he might, he may or may not be a two on a championship team. That's still for debate. Number two option, I mean. But
Could be.
I think there's a world where he can have a Kristaps Porzingis career arc. I think if he becomes a third option on, some already stacked team that just needs another piece, I think he would be great at that. We're just seeing the shakiness of what it looks like with Cat as a second option in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're in the conference finals now.
The
And
farthest he's ever been.
yeah, and they are currently down 0-2 to the Dallas Mavericks, uh, losing both games at home. Both were close games. One of them coming down to a Luka Doncic dagger in the face of the DPOY. And man, can we just give a quick shout out? I mean, we've been up in Luka Doncic for a while, especially you having him as your MVP. But we need to give
Yeah.
this guy. We really need to talk about how good this guy is. So
I mean, he's been good. Like ever since he came into the league, he's like he played it. He played against Russell Westbrook at the age of 14. He was bound to be good.
so
He's just he just doesn't have those certain accolades. Yes, he got All NBA first team already. I'm gonna discredit Stephen A. Smith for discrediting Luca because he said that he sees Jalen Brunson over Luca for All NBA first team, and that was a terrible take.
yeah, definitely.
Luca has been him
You're
since day one. He just needed the supporting cast he has now.
so Luka has been in the league for 6 years. The first year he was the rookie of the year. Obviously, this is his rookie year. And then for the next 5 years of his career, which is the rest of his career,
Yeah,
he has been All NBA first team each and every time. This guy is an outlier. And I see people uh, saying about Anthony Edwards, it's like, oh well, and I agree with this in the sense that he's young, he's learning, he's gonna make mistakes, he's gonna make bad turnovers in the playoffs. It's the Western Conference Finals. That's a lot of pressure. So if he's feeling the pressure
yeah,
and he's making these bad turnovers that we saw last game in game two, then you know what? You
yeah,
take that and you learn from that. And then people will reply to that and say, but Luka Doncic was cooking Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the playoffs when he was this age. And it's like, we can't compare these players because Luca is legitimately a different beast compared
I
to everyone else at this point.
but yeah, I can't compare him to Ant. This is his second playoffs. This is Ant's
Yeah,
second playoffs
yeah.
versus Luca. He's been always killing the Clippers, the Suns. Even though he didn't play the Suns this year, but he still would
He
have
no
killed them
he
this year.
he would have cooked them for sure.
Murdered.
He would have cooked them for
He
sure.
would have
So
swept them like the Timberwolves for sure.
this is something I meant to say in our last episode with when Nate was here with Louis and Jesus when we were all here. We are talking about the future of the NBA. I think Luca is at least one tier above Shea and Anthony Edwards right now. I think that they're all in the top 10 or whatever, but Luca is like
My bad. My mom just got home.
good.
You
So
were you were saying some shit though.
uh so
Run it back.
what I wanted to say last episode on the podcast was we kind of touched on it, but of Luca just being better than Ant and Shea right now, I think he's legitimately like at least one tier above both of them. Like I think
Oh,
that
definitely.
he's legitimately just built different. Like I don't. I've seen a lot of hate towards Ant recently. I've seen a lot of people saying this is the guy that's supposed to be the next MJ. This is the guy shooting 25% from the field. He is 5 of 17. He's bad turnovers, all that, and he's just not there yet. Not everyone is Luka Doncic. Like this guy's
Yeah.
legitimately like a top three. He's been a top three player, top five, or just to be safe. He's been top five for like years, and he's 25. Like this guy's actually insane. So yeah, I did pick the Timberwolves in 7, but at a certain point, sometimes the other guy is just too good. And it both the games were close. They were. So this series could flip immediately. But man, this guy is clearly the best player on the court.
Definitely.
So I want to ask you about because you were one of the first people I heard come up with that MJ comparison for Ant. How are you
I'm
feeling
still gonna
about?
stick with it. I'm still thinking with it. I mean, everyone's gonna tell like I've seen arguments. I mean, MJ hasn't made it to what the finals in like his fifth year or something like that.
It took a bit.
So Ant succeeded more than MJ. You could say his supporting cast is way better than MJ's.
Yeah,
I
definitely. It
mean,
definitely is.
at the same time, like the teams were hella different. The way how we played today compared to back then. MJ had to get through the bad boy Pistons. He had to go through the Celtics in 85, 86, like his, I think, sophomore year. Those teams were more, in my opinion, more difficult than today's NBA teams. Like, I, Ant has already beat the reigning champs. I mean, that's up. That's up. And, I mean, who did he beat? He beat the Suns. Well,
Ass.
they're bad, but they still had superstar players on that team. That
All
you
right.
got a player who has won a chip and a player who just made it to the finals in 2021. Um, he's he's done things. He's beat teams that already achieved, or he beat players that achieved a lot already. So I'm still gonna keep that MJ comparison. The way how he plays, his smile on the court. Everyone looks at him. He's like, I want to play like him. Uh, he keeps the same energy every game. So I still believe that MJ could potentially be the next. I mean, I still believe that Ant could potentially be the next MJ.
And I'll give Ant the same good grace I've been giving Tyrese Halliburton. I do obviously the expectations for the Timberwolves is much higher than the Pacers, but I still think at the end of the day, when you're that young of a player, and this is like your second playoffs for Anthony Edwards, it's like, you know what? If you don't make it all the way, I won't put that on you. If you have some bad games,
Yeah,
I'll get it. You know, the yips, you got it's a new kind of pressure of being that close. You're still only 4 games away from making the finals. Like that's a lot, and especially being the undisputed franchise player for your team at 22. Like I get it. So I'm not out on Ant. I think he's gonna be a top 5 player pretty soon, top 5 ish, fringe top 5 depending on what happens with everyone else. But I'm still in. I just it's gonna be a tough series because now they're in the same position that the Nuggets were just in. They have to win 4 out of the next 5, and they're up against a different chubby white guy from Europe. So it'll be it'll be tough. But hey, the
It's
games have been close. The games have been close, so I'm not out on them yet.
definitely not. I mean, shit. I mean, Ant still has time to come. Definitely.
Pause. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. My bad. My bad.
You're good.
All right. Well,
I barely caught that. Still, he has time. He has a lot of time on his watch.
no, he's barely even started. So shout out to
Yeah.
him. But just to because obviously the MJ comparisons have been coming up. We got to look back and see what MJ was doing at this age to really get a grasp of, because
I
obviously
think at this age, he just
everyone
got Scotty.
everyone calls him the GOAT, and he's top 2 at least, whatever. Everyone calls him that, but I feel like at a certain point it starts to get lost in like just how good he actually was. At Anthony Edwards' age, Michael Jordan was putting up 63 on the Celtics, on the Larry
Oh, yeah.
Bird Celtics. So, as much as we love Ant on this channel, but the MJ comparison so early was always going to be a bit premature, just because we forget how good Jordan was, which is an insane thing to say. But could you imagine if Anthony Edwards was putting up? Could you imagine if Anthony Edwards went to the finals? I mean, it's a different environment compared to what Jordan did. Could you imagine if he went against the Celtics and put up 60? Like, whew. But obviously, that's arguably the greatest player of all time. So, not holding
Yeah.
anything against Ant at all. Uh, Another thing that happened that we didn't actually touch on because it's the playoffs, baby. There's a lot of shit happening. We already brought it up, but the All NBA teams came out, and it's time to discuss. So the first team is very standard. It's pretty much what everyone had: Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Jason Tatum. Boom, clean, good,
You got
whatever.
that right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Did we predict that too?
Yes, I think
Okay.
we both had that. Is the same thing.
Okay.
Second team, Jalen Brunson and Anthony Edwards are the guards. Well, it's positionless, but they both deserve to be second team. So good for
Yeah.
them. Anthony Davis is also an NBA second team, and then Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard. And that's when people started debating, particularly for Kawhi Leonard. Some people believe that spot should have gone to the man on the third team, LeBron James. How do you feel about that? Because I believe you had LeBron on third team in your initial
Uh, I'm
prediction.
looking. I'm looking for it. I don't know where we wrote that down.
It might be. I mean, we might have to just check the video or something. I don't know if I actually wrote mine down anywhere. I might have deleted it. I might have
I
deleted it.
I
Shit.
think I did put Kawhi second team. I think I put KD third, and I put Booker second. Can you replay? Can you say the second team for me? You said Ant and Jalen Brunson. I know I got those.
And Jalen Brunson, Anthony Davis, KD, and Kawhi.
I got 4 out of 5. I believe. I know I put KD at third and I put Book at second.
Yeah, the one I was between on was Kawhi and LeBron. I went LeBron. Um, the voters went Kawhi. I don't know. I still think it should be LeBron instead of Kawhi. Uh, I just think LeBron had a better year. Like, I don't really have much analysis. Like, if we're just gonna count stats, LeBron's stats are better, and
I
I
I
don't know.
think the reason why they put Kawhi is because this is this has been his most consistent games since like Toronto. And he
Yeah,
played a
I think
lot.
so.
He played really good this year, so
This has
I'm not
been
gonna discredit that part.
it's like been his healthiest year, I guess, even though he still got injured.
Since Toronto.
Even though he still
Yeah.
got injured. They were like, well, it's the best he's done in a bit. So, but, like I said, if you just want to count stats, LeBron should have been second team, but I know it's not that simple. To me, I still think it should have been LeBron. But going to that third team, as you've already said, LeBron. Tyrese Halliburton made it, along with Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, and Domantas Sabonis. So I don't.
Okay,
With
so I
neither of
mean,
us. Well, you had Booker on third team, I believe, or second team.
I think I had him second.
I
Yeah.
didn't have him on my ballot at all. So how do you feel about this grouping? Does anything stick out to you?
I think I might be off on Steph. I might, but I think I got at least 14 out of 15 players on just the All NBA in general.
Oh yeah, I get you. Well, I'll go back. I'll find the video, and then I'll put up our predictions compared to what's real.
Okay.
To me, I think it's interesting that Halliburton made it. Like, I get why he made it. He did have a great first half of the season. It's interesting that because he played through that injury for however long, he qualified for All NBA third team, and now he's eligible for like way more money, like tens of
It was 40
millions.
million.
Yeah, way like million, like a lot of fucking money, because he decided to play through that injury. So I don't know. Is that? I mean, for him, obviously that's great, but now his now the team has to pay him 40 million more dollars for however long. So
I
it's
think
kind
that's used for like extensions and stuff.
yeah, it's just kind of weird that, and people have said this, but it's kind of weird that so much money is dependent on these voters that can just do weird shit, like that guy that voted Sabonis as like first team
Oh,
All NBA or
DPOY.
whatever.
I
Is that
mean, yeah.
the voting? The full voting results get released, and Sabonis got a first team All NBA vote, and like 11 people left Giannis off first team, which sure, could be
Crazy.
arguable, but like Sabonis first team. Whoa, what's
To
going
be
on
fair,
there?
he's done a lot of great things this season. It just didn't bring his team to the playoffs. I mean,
I
there
just
is
I have no idea what
Aaron
the
Fox, but
I have no idea what the argument is over any of those guys that actually made it on first team.
mhm.
It's just weird shit can happen, and it's just weird that so much money is fully determined by what these people decide. So I don't know. That's strange to me.
It was just honest voting. But seeing
I
that
gotta find
Sabonis
this.
got first NBA first team is just kind of. I mean, I believe second team is fine.
You could argue it. You could argue it.
Oh, I think I put Sabonis on my second team, but I think second
Really?
team is
I don't think you
yeah,
did.
because
I don't think you did.
I for sure had Jalen Brunson and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. We like both of those
For sure,
guys.
I think I had Kawhi,
I think so. You did.
and it was a toss up between. No, yeah, oh yeah, it was a toss up between Sabonis, AD, and Book.
I'm pretty sure you did AD and Book. I'm pretty sure it was AD and Book.
And then I did 13.
I'll
I mean, he still had a good season this
I'll
year.
double check it. I'll find it. We'll get that going. But to speak on Sabonis, the reason I brought up Sabonis specifically is because some guy voted him fourth place for MVP, first for first team All Defense, and first team All NBA. I, I don't know.
I saw the all defense and I was confused because like Sabonis is not known for his defense.
Not at all.
Yeah, he'll get like a steal and a block here and there, but
He's
I
not
mean, if you
defensive
want
at
to
all.
count defensive rebounds, I don't
Hell
count
no.
that.
We better not. I mean, if you want, you can, but that alone shouldn't put him first team all defense.
No, hell no. It's
Uh,
weird.
it was really weird. That's why I brought up Sabonis in the first place, just because I had seen some
Okay.
guy just voting for him for everything, and I was like, this is the guy
It,
helping determine who's getting an extra $40 million on their next contract.
it
Like,
has to be a Kings fan.
I don't know. Like, it's not. It's like a Spanish. He's a writer for like a Spanish
Oh,
newsletter
they
or something.
revealed.
Yeah, we know who it is. We know who the guy is, but it's just like, well, why? like, like what? What's the point? Why are you voting like this? And these are the guys in charge of millions of dollars. Like what?
Yeah.
All right, well,
I have a question for you,
I'll
if
go
you
ahead.
know how to answer it.
Okay.
So you know how LeBron in 2013 didn't win DPOY, but was first team All Defense, and Marc
Yeah.
Gasol was second team All Defense. If you're first team, if you're second team, how do you win?
Yeah, that was a weird I don't know what happened that year specifically. I don't remember. I just don't know. I wasn't involved enough with the NBA.
Yeah, me neither. But it's like
It is really
we're
strange.
talking about today. If
Yeah.
let's say if who's on second team All Defense? Let's say Jaden McDaniels. I think he's on second team.
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna just say okay. Let's say he won DPOY. Like who the fuck determines that shit? Like I understand there's a separate voting for defense player of the year,
Yeah.
but if you get to the second team, it's like, what's the point of the first team? There's five people who would have been DPOY,
Yeah.
and it happened to be someone on the second team.
So, I mean, this if this is the case, it still doesn't excuse what happened because it still makes zero sense. But I believe the all defensive teams back then were still positioned, so you could only have one of each or whatever. But that still doesn't make sense on how Marc Gasol ended up second team, even if there was a center ahead of him on all NBA or all
I
defense
want
first
to
team. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if people
like
were
there's
just so
been.
intent on not giving LeBron a DPOY. I don't know. But like I
I
said,
think they didn't want him to win everything.
that's like I said, this voting shit is so goofy that I it's their accolades, it's these people's accolades. I don't want to take it away from them, but there's some goofy shit going on with the voting sometimes. So I try not to put too much weight into it, but it happens. But yeah, that's a weird. I don't know what happened that year. Uh,
It was Joakim. Joakim did win first. He
yeah,
tied. Oh,
yeah, he tied with Tyson Chandler, which is even crazier. There were three
so is there
centers.
six?
There's three centers ahead of Marc Gasol, or two, I guess. There's two centers ahead of Marc
Two
Gasol,
centers.
and Marc Gasol still won DPOY. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how that's possible at all. So does that mean if Tyson Chandler got one less vote, Marc Gasol wouldn't have been on any of the defensive teams, and he would have won DPOY? Is that what that means? Like I don't understand. The voting is always weird to me, just because some shit like that can happen. And then Marcus Smart happened a couple years ago. Like it's all a mess. It's all a mess to me.
When did he win that again? I want to see where he's at.
22, 21, 22, I think. I believe.
21, 22.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, because it's first team.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let it slide because he is first team.
No, I know.
I'll let that part slide.
It was just weird because nobody was talking about Marcus Smart DPOY, and then Robert Williams got hurt, and then all of a sudden when everyone started voting Marcus Smart instead, it was like you didn't even believe he was the best defensive player on his team 2 weeks ago. And now and now just because Robert Williams got hurt, now Marcus Smart's the DPOY instead.
That kind of doesn't make sense. Hold on,
It doesn't. Well, that's
because
what it doesn't.
he's second team all defense
I
in
don't.
that year.
Everyone
He
was
could have
saying
won it still.
no, Robert Williams, because everyone was saying I'm gonna vote for the best defender on the best defensive team, and
That's not injured.
at the time, Robert Williams was the best defensive player, and he was in the betting market. He was way ahead of Marcus Smart. Nobody was mentioning Marcus Smart for DPOY. No one at all. No one was. No one used those words in that way. No one put those words in that order in the sentence. And then Robert Williams got hurt, and then all of a sudden Marcus Smart went DPOY. I remember it happening in real time. I
Weird.
was like, "Where did this come from?"
No, yeah,
I was like,
he could have been the second player to win it on the second team
"It's making no
if
sense."
he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's voting.
NBA is weird,
Weird shit's
but
going
we love
on.
it.
Even with the positionless stuff, it's arguably weirder now now than before. But that's a conversation for another day. For a day where we just do random debates about random shit. But for now, there's some news. Well, rumors.
What is the news?
There's
Let
rumors.
me hear the rumors.
Last night, during game 2 of Wolves Mavericks, Rich Paul, agent to the one and only LeBron James, he may have slipped up. He said, while talking about LeBron James, he said, well, next year he's going to be a free agent. He's going to be able to do this, this, and that. And then one of the other people that was on the cast, questioned, it was Chris Haynes. He questioned him. He said, wait, you said LeBron James is going to be a free agent next year, so that means he's going to decline his player option? And Rich Paul said, well, I don't know what he's going to do. Well, I don't know what
I've seen the report, but I didn't see the video.
He said, well, I don't know what LeBron's going to do, what he's going to do. So I don't know what he has planned. And I was like, well, you kind of said he's going to be a free agent. So,
Yeah.
PJ, if LeBron James leaves the Lakers, well, first, there's two questions to that. One, where might he go? And two, what do the Lakers do?
Fire Rob Pelinka.
For what?
I don't know. To be honest, I knew he was gonna come back. I knew he wasn't gonna retire. He had spoke on
Oh, yeah.
JJ Redick's podcast
100%.
about how training camp is in this time, and he's gonna take a break in May, which is now. Shit. Well, whoever drafts Bronny at this point, because that's what it's sounding
It
like.
really might be. It might be. As much as we meme it, it really might happen. It really might.
Just because Rich Paul is doing this shit now, it's like, what the fuck, dude? You fumbled. You're making us wonder more. You're making us theorize. Like, even it's perfect for our podcast, perfect for anybody's podcast, radio stations, whatever. You're making us think. What is LeBron doing now? Where is he looking? Is he planning to go back home? Is he going to Miami? Is he gonna play with Bronny? Bronny?
Hey,
There's a huge chance he could play with Bronny now.
if he really does decline that option, if that's his plan, he can literally do whatever he wants. He could wait as long as he wants to sign somewhere. He could wait and see Bronny not get drafted and then just take his pick of the litter of teams. if that's what he wants, if that's what he wants.
I have a suggestion for Philadelphia. I heard that you got a lot of money.
They
You
did.
signed Bronny James at 16. You
Holy
got free
fuck.
LeBron.
That would be hilarious. Oh my god.
LeBron said he'd always looked up to Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Allen Iverson played. You went to the finals over there. I think that's your guy.
So the weird
You get a
thing.
replacement Ben Simmons with a 3-pointer
Okay, so here's
and old.
the weird thing about Philly is they they have like 4 people under contract, but somehow
Yeah.
they're 28th in cap space. I don't really understand how this is possible. They
Oh,
I don't know how many. Okay, I think it'll change once free agency hits because right now they have a bunch of cap hits for old players, like to buy. They're
uh-huh.
still counting Tobias Harris is 45 million, and Buddy Hield's third like 29 million. So I think once free agency starts, all that stuff's gonna get cleared off their books or something, and then they'll have space because all these guys are free agents. Like it doesn't make sense for them to have no cap space and have four players. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna assume they have the money for LeBron if it comes to that. Um,
Uh, on the site that you're looking at, I guess. Who's number one?
Charlotte, the Hornets.
All right, Charlotte. You got the number 6 pick. That's the perfect number. LeBron wore
Oh
number
my
6. I
god.
think
Do
Bronny
they
wore number 6.
hold on. Do
Hey,
they have any seconds? Do they have any seconds?
they
They
probably
have
do.
they have a 42nd pick from Houston. 42nd.
Hey, I have my notes right here. I know what you need. Where's my notes? This is
42nd
not
from
mine.
you draft Bronny at 42nd. You draft another wing at 6th, or you draft a backup point guard, or no, draft Reed Shepard. Draft Reed Shepard. He's a shooting guard. He plays like Dante DiVincenzo. He plays that
Oh,
role.
I know. I have that. I have it
Yeah,
for me
okay,
too.
perfect. Draft
I
Reed Shepard, draft Bronny,
every
draft Bronny at 42nd, and then sign LeBron James to a max for 2 years.
bro. That would be the perfect fit. You're gonna see the playoffs next
Instant
year. You
playoffs.
probably
Instant playoffs.
instant playoffs.
Oh my
Hey, if
god.
Lamelo gets hurt, you got
Ooh.
LeBron.
Ooh, Bronny starting? Ooh, shit. Bronny
You
starting?
got Bronny or Bron.
So,
Hey,
so
LeBron could play player coach. Yeah.
okay,
The Celtics are in the playoffs right now. They got that assistant coach.
so
That's a free. That's a free way straight to the ECF right there,
for
or
Bronny,
second round,
for
or
Bronny,
first round, finals.
apparently Bronny is working out with the Suns, who have the 22nd pick in the draft. If he goes 22nd, I don't know what to believe. Bronny, I really
I don't
don't
think
think
the
the
Suns
Suns.
have money.
I really don't know if the Suns don't have money. There's no way the Suns have money. That's impossible. There's no way unless LeBron signs for a vet minimum. It's impossible for them to sign LeBron. But
I
apparently they're
mean,
working out Bronny. So I don't know. Maybe
hey,
maybe.
off season starts today on this podcast.
Hey, like I said, time of this upload, the first the first offseason video is going up. So hit that one up because after we get through all the trash teams, or every conversation is gonna sound exactly like this. But anyways,
Yeah, this
apparently
is
the other thing, Bronny on ESPN's NBA big board, the draft big board, he has risen to number 54. He is, according to ESPN, he's the 54th best player after post combine. He's the 54th best player in this draft. So,
I've
so
seen a post where it's like, we're really promoting 54 now. And we've seen everything else like, oh, this is number 1, this is number 5, this is 15 sleeper,
yeah.
and 54. I mean, shit.
Oh my
Whoever
god.
gets Bronny might get LeBron for vet minimum. You've seen LeBron be cheap. I've seen him the other day use Stream East to watch the NBA game. Like,
LeBron is using Extreme East.
I mean, LeBron has a lot of money. He has a shoe line.
Bro,
He
we
has the We Believe school.
Bro, we gotta have a whole episode just about all the cheap shit LeBron has done. He's such a he's so funny unintentionally. He has a tweet about listening to ads on Pandora because
I was gonna say
he
that.
didn't want to
He
pay for
said that
that.
live.
He didn't want to
He said
pay.
that on a interview with Dwayne Wade when he was
Uh,
in Cleveland.
yeah, so I like I said, we might just have to do a tier list on just how funny each player is because LeBron might be near the top. He might be
He's
top
number
three.
one
He might be.
of all time.
Oh my god. But yeah. Anyways,
If he could make Kobe laugh, he's number one.
true, true. So the Suns don't have a second round pick. Their only pick is the 22nd. So if they want to draft Bronny, they're either gonna have to trade for a second somehow, or they're just gonna have to take him in the first round. Oh my god, that would be so
Hey,
funny, bro. You know what
just
the
look at it. Bronny, Devin Booker, LeBron, AD, Nurkic.
Oh my
Just
god.
just Tom Thibodeau that shit.
You know what the
You'll see the playoff.
the funniest thing would be if the Suns drafted Bronny 22nd and then LeBron signed somewhere else.
Oh,
LeBron signed somewhere else.
I
Oh,
mean Frank Vogel's not on that team no more. I mean, shit could
uh,
happen.
oh my god. Oh shit, that's funny. Hey bro, we might have to fucking what's it called? We might have to start lobbying for the Hornets to draft Bronny at 42nd, bro. We might have
Bro,
to
with just this shit coming out, it just fucking up my predictions now. What if the Hawks get Bronny and they get LeBron? That'd be crazy.
Oh my god. So for I had something else to say. I don't remember what it was. I had thought of something else though. So we're
We'll
talking
come back
about
to you.
we're talking about LeBron we're talking about LeBron entering free agency. Other players thinking about testing free agency. OG Anunoby, I believe he just wants to see what other offers are out there. I'd be surprised. He fits
Yeah.
so well in the Knicks. I hope he stays, but
I
he
hope he does stay on the Knicks.
yeah, but he's gonna
I
be
just
up
hope
there.
Tom Thibodeau in the regular season don't fucking do those minutes. Like
I hope not in the regular season.
48 minutes. You're destroying your players. At least play them 30, rest the second quarter, and then play the whole thing.
I just hope he doesn't do it as often. I hope it
Yeah.
can happen sometimes. I hope he doesn't do it every night. Then that's a lot.
Nah.
But
You're gonna get another D Rose on that team.
oh fuck, my god, that was funny as hell. Oh, we might have to go to Charlotte and and hold up signs saying draft Bronny at 42.
Trade for a
Fuck.
mid pick. Get Bronny now.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. I forgot. Fuck.
And that's crazy.
uh,
When you said Reed, I was like, I have him on
I mean, it makes
my
sense.
predictions for
It's
that.
a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. I feel like
It's
it is.
perfect.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like it makes
The
sense.
only the only thing that gets me off of it is like their vibes are different. The players on the team with Reed Shepard on that team, the vibe is so different.
I think you just well, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows?
Like on paper, it looks so good.
Maybe Reed
It looks
Shepard.
really good.
So Miles Bridges has, you know, domestic violence. A domestic violence case. Brandon Miller had the gun case. Maybe Reed Shepard just got to be racist or something.
I don't think so, but
He just gotta
he
have
might
some.
be. He's from England.
He's gotta have some weird shit going on. uh,
He's from the UK.
the UK. The UK.
Yeah, he's from the UK, I think.
I mean, the University of Kentucky.
No, like UK,
Reed
like
Shepard's British.
United Kingdom.
What? Is Reed Shepard English?
Or he's from
This can't be real.
over the
What? No.
from London.
No, London,
Oh,
Kentucky.
never mind. When I saw London, I was like, oh, that's the UK. I
London,
didn't know there's a London here in
Kentucky.
the United States.
London, Kentucky. Oh my god. That's funny as hell. That's crazy.
I didn't hear no London here in the
This
United
isn't
States. The closest thing that I know about like Europe and the United States is like Las Vegas with the Eiffel Tower.
this is an insane episode. What has happened? I mean, he could still be racist though. He's from Kentucky. Oh yeah, and then earlier when you were like, if Cat's watching this, Cat, if Reed Shepard, if you're watching this, I don't actually think you're racist. I'm just saying. I just thought it'd be
No, I'm
funny
not.
if everyone on the team had some shit going on with them. I don't actually think you're racist. I'm sorry.
Who knows? We could see Reed Shepard and Miles Bridges, and then we got a feature on a song with what's his name from Kentucky? Got a song about Tyler Hero,
Wait, what?
Jack Harlow,
Oh,
because there's
Jack
a video
Harlow.
of Terry Rozier doing a song with Miles Bridges. So
We might have to we might have to do a tier list on all the basketball rappers. I think somebody's probably done that already, but I feel like we got to do it just to do it. Because we had that one clip, that one episode of us doing the rapper stuff, the rapper to
oh
NBA
yeah.
equivalent. So we might have to do that. I think I remember what I was gonna say. I could be wrong. This might not be what I was thinking of, but I thought of it. Inside the NBA is going to be gone after next season. They believe next season's the last of Inside the NBA, and it just made me think of all the funny moments. And while we were talking about Phoenix, it made me think of the Phoenix rant that Charles did one time. It was so funny, bro. We might have to watch that right now just because that shit is so funny. This is already a goofy ass episode. Let's just watch Inside the NBA, bro. Let me find this shit.
I'm gonna be sad as fuck when it's over.
Oh, of course, bro.
That was our time.
Of course. That shit was great.
Anything inside the NBA, TNT. The all-time draft.
Oh, bro, we might have to watch that back one time just for fun.
Oh, dude, I was watching Click. I watched it and then I watched Click's stream and I was like, all right. Well, I know if we do an all-time draft,
Yeah.
probably soon, I'm not gonna pull a Charles Barkley.
We, as PJ just hinted, at some point, we will be doing an all-time NBA draft with some folks right here on this channel. Who knows when it's getting uploaded? You'll never know, but it'll come out eventually. It'll be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that whenever it comes. It'll be a surprise drop. But let's
Check it out. I'm gonna draft Eddie Jones #1 overall pick.
I gotta talk to you about him later, but I'll leave that for a bit. Let's watch this inside the NBA. How long was he ranting? Oh my god!
Chuck, got the hot dogs. Yeah, the hot dog. They got that little hard bun. Hard soda, oh, the soda's flat. Oh man, it's terrible.
He's roasting the fuck out of Phoenix for.
The beer is flat, Kenny.
Oh no. Houston winds up with a 20-10 run.
Oh my goodness. So why did you get all excited when they made that run? Huh? You know they're gonna lose. I seen this movie.
Just reporting the facts.
What about the pretzels, Chuck? Oh, those pretzels are hard as a rock. You can pay attention. And what about the nachos? Oh my God, the cheese is cold.
Oh, man. Oh, no, man. It ain't that.
I'm waiting for the punt. There's one line I think about all the time. I'm just waiting for it.
They're burning down that Phoenix bridge.
Hold on. Look at these players, by the way. This is what, 2016? 2016?
Has to be right.
Look at this shit. 14 and 37 Suns with Devin Booker. Lost 21 of last 23. Corey Brewer. Trevor Ariza. James Harden and Dwight Howard. Holy fuck.
Hey, 16 rebounds.
With 5 points? That is a demonic ass stat line, bro. What is he doing? How do you have 16 boards and 5 points? None of those were offensive boards? You could just put the ball back up?
Couldn't put it back in.
What the hell?
Get invited to a game. Oh, they keep inviting me to games too, Kenny. Like, what the hell?
You won't have to worry about that anymore.
Why would I want to go watch that?
111.
Come on, man.
105. Houston a winner.
Say about the nacho
Over the
cheese.
Phoenix Suns.
Old cheese shack. And the chips are stale.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Phoenix turning it over 24 times.
What about the seats and the cushions on the seat when you sit down in the seats?
Oh, man, those chicken, they're dirty seats.
Are we really going to continue with
Come
this
on,
thing?
man. It ain't that bad in Phoenix, is it?
Really?
It's that bad.
How about the parking over there, Chuck?
It's plenty of parking.
See, there's a good thing.
Yeah, you can park right next to the arena.
That's the part.
Hey, you can buy one of them seats up the top and move right down by center court.
He shits on everything about them. She's like, how about the parking? Oh, there's plenty of parking. Nobody there. Man, we're gonna man.
He's
I said,
talking about it like it's baseball where you can move from the top to the bottom.
yeah, I was just
It's
saying, there's just
crazy.
open seats everywhere, bro. Just take your pick. I was say, wait,
We can have courtside seats right now.
we might have to do inside the NBA best moments also, cause man, oh, there's so
100%.
many good ones, bro. I said once the off season
Acting a
comes,
fool.
man, we could just start doing a bunch of fun shit. We don't even have to talk that much about basketball. We could just
Exactly.
live in the moment or relive the past. Either one, If we get some fun off season, narratives, rumors, whatever. We'll cover that. But man, I'll tell you
100%.
what, just clowning on shit, just having fun, just watching this, watching stuff that just make me laugh. I'd be down to do that in this off season. Do some tier lists, whatever. Oh
100%.
yeah,
Off season's gonna be fun,
I
but
think
right now it's still fun.
it's hilarious. We're doing this in the middle of the playoffs. We're like we're 4 games from the finals, and we're just like we're talking about
Talking about LeBron,
talking about
Bronny.
Bronny going to the fucking Hornets with the 42nd pick. Also, it is the first time I think they're doing like a 2-day NBA draft, which is kind of weird. Like I kind of get it. Like it's kind of like what the NFL does, but
2 day? Like, are they doing first round and second
yes.
round separate?
Yes. So it's kind of weird to me
Okay.
because it's not like the NFL where it's like the first round is like 32 teams and these are like all the best players. And then it's like
Yeah.
there's 6 more rounds after. So we're going to split it up. It's like it's 30 players one night and then 30 players the next night. And then the whole draft is over. Like you really couldn't just do it in one night.
Is there
Like
are we getting any expansion teams next year, or is it the year after that?
I from what I saw, I think the earliest we can get an expansion is 2026.
Okay.
That's like
I
the
feel like it would make
earliest.
sense. I think they're doing this now so we can get used to it.
Oh, for like an
So when we
expansion.
get those so yeah, when we
Okay.
get those expansion, there's gonna be another draft on top of that.
That'd be
I don't know
I
how
could
that
get that.
works.
I could see something like that happening where like, if they have an expansion draft, then you would do it on the second night also, so that the first night is like, all the good players or whatever, all like the lottery picks and then the second night is like the second round where like you don't really know as many of those players. Well, then you also get the expansion draft. I could get that. But you would only have an expansion draft like like once every, every
What is
expansion.
the expect like what do you pick out of the free agents?
So my understanding purely through 2K when I did an expansion team was a team can protect like 8 or 9 or however many players. They can choose 8 on their team. Let's just say it's 8. They could choose 8 on their team, and then those people don't go into the expansion draft. Everyone else on their team will, and then the expansion team will pick from whoever doesn't get protected.
Okay, got you.
I could be completely wrong. Like I said, that's just my understanding from 2K. But
Hey, I need to know how Toronto worked.
I don't know. I mean, we could look that up eventually once we do get an expansion team. But for now, that's all I got for you.
Oh, good. I mean, that's good enough.
Yeah, we said before. I just want to reiterate: we're in the middle of playoffs. Hit subscribe for the playoff content. Hit subscribe for more reactions. We're gonna try to get more of those out. Upload more of the fun games, all that. Subscribe. Like I said, tomorrow, dropping the first off-season video. Subscribe for that. Subscribe for the draft. Subscribe for everything. Subscribe for the
Just
Hooper Soul.
subscribe.
Subscribe to the Hooper Soul podcast.
Yeah.
Come on. Join the squad. Join the squad. We're going to get all kinds of guests. We have stuff lined up. We have ideas. So, hey, we're the only people out here filming in our bedrooms with a hoarse voice, working through it, churning out these podcast videos. So hit like, leave a comment. Tell us where you think Bronny's going. Tell us where you think LeBron's going. And
Yeah.
stick around. So like I said, we got more
Who
coming.
knows? We could probably have you on the podcast for a good 10 minutes.
You could be the next guest. You watching
You
right
could.
now, you could be the next one. It could be you.
100%.
It could be any of you. So leave a if you do want to be on the podcast, just leave a comment. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, we're always active on the comments. We see what you say.
Hey,
We've seen the hate comments.
and to that one guy that said we didn't know, yeah, no, I want to. Nah, this shit been pissing me off. Whoever, if you were watching this shit, you talking about we didn't know who the players were. Where? When? We knew who everyone was when we mentioned.
Yeah.
We just didn't know who Johnny Juzang was, and if you're telling me that I'm a casual for not knowing who an undrafted free agent on the Utah Jazz is, then fuck it, I'm a casual. All right, fuck it. I didn't know who he was. All right, I'll say it. Okay, whatever. I'll eat that. I'll eat that. I'll eat that.
Our starting five, everybody knows them.
Whoever you are, you bitch, you bastard. I don't know who liked that shit. I'm just playing. But seriously, I just don't think, I don't know how we came across as casuals in that. We literally knew who everyone was. So I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. But anyways, leave a hate comment if you want to get talked about in the next episode. Leave a hate comment. Because, you know, I'm not going to argue with you in the comments unless you say something
We're not
really
hiding.
dumb.
We're right here.
We're right
We
here.
look.
If you want to
We
see,
read
bro, watch any other episode where we talk about anything and say we're casual. What? Watch our episode where we talk about Jody Meeks. Watch our episode where we talk about Sasha Vucevic from the fucking Lakers on the Allen Iverson statue. Go watch that episode. How dare you? But anyways, this is the Hooper Soul Podcast. I am Jacob with my wonderful co-host
I'm
BJ.
GJ.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
We'll be seeing y'all soon. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Peace out.